Was a Jag still a potent aircraft at this time, even on maple flagging exercises?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting for me, interesting crossover time. When I was holding down this desk in MOD before I went there, I was on the operational requirements desk for the Harrier, and my main aim was to try and get the GR7 released to service so I could hand it off from my department to the Air Force Department, which is a technical thing but needs to be done. And it was very difficult to get people to accept all the stuff that we were trying to do. Now, as part of this, we looked at expanding the envelope with tiled, so we could self-designate, put a pod on it. And to prove the concept of this, there was a Boscombe Down had or Boscombe Down or Farnborough, one of them anyway, had a Jaguar T-Bird available that we could use as a proof of concept machine, whereby you could have the tiled operated by the man in the front, excuse me, but have a safety pilot in the back just in case it became too much. This was actually put together by a very clever man. There were a couple of people, test pilots and an ex-test pilot, ex-Harrier pilot friend of mine who had left the Air Force after he'd had a disastrous crash and was then working for Ferranti, and between him and the Boscombe Down pilots they came up with this design to put it on a Jaguar. Then when I was at Coltishall, an urgent operational requirement came about to try and get more designators because the Buccaneer was disappearing. We needed designators for the Harriers, and it started out, I pointed out, well, it has flown on a Jaguar, so there is a design, we could do this.
Yeah.
And it was a bit of a lash-up job. Things like the hand controller for tweaking the laser with your left hand was actually a Harrier GR3 inertial navigation controller that they'd used because that was disappearing and the spares were there. I pointed out that was there. Question was asked of British Aerospace of you're the design authority for this aeroplane, how would we go about getting a small number of Jaguars converted to what became the GR1B to use the pod?